You're just standing there making coffee, brushing your teeth when your dog wanders over and leans, presses its whole body weight right into your legs and just stays there. Is it being clingy, needy, trying to be the boss? The truth is so much sweeter, and it's hiding something most owners never realize. Because when your dog leans on you, it's sending one of the clearest, most heartfelt messages it has. And today we'll decode exactly what the lean means, the real science behind it, the different reasons dogs do it, the surprising thing a lean reveals about how much your dog trusts you, how to tell a happy lean from an anxious one, and the rare time it's actually worth a vet visit. Spoiler: it's mostly very, very sweet. Let's get into it. Let's clear up an old myth first, because you've almost certainly heard it. The idea that a dog leaning on you is trying to dominate you, to claim space, to assert itself as the boss. For years, this was the accepted wisdom. But modern animal behavior science has firmly moved on, and veterinary behaviorists today are clear. Leaning is rarely, if ever, about dominance. It's not about rank or hierarchy at all. And here's the beautiful giveaway that proves it. Think about what your dog is physically doing when it leans. It's shifting its weight off its own feet and onto you, making itself slightly off balance, a little slower to react, less able to defend itself. In the wild, that would be dangerous. That's vulnerability 101. A dog trying to dominate does the opposite. It goes stiff. It stares. It stands tall. It guards. A leaning dog is soft, loose, and relaxed. So leaning isn't a power move. It's your dog doing the canine equivalent of closing its eyes in your presence and saying, "I trust you so completely that I'll literally put my body weight in your hands." Dogs only lean on the people they feel utterly safe with, so you can let go of any worry that your leaning dog is challenging you. What it's really doing is far more tender, and it starts with how dogs show love in the first place. Here's the heart of it. Think about how we show affection. We hug, we kiss, we hold hands, we drape an arm around someone we love, but dogs can't do any of that. No opposable thumbs, no arms to wrap around you. So how does a dog show love with the body it has? As veterinary behaviorist Dr. Sagi Denenberg puts it beautifully, dogs don't hug, kiss, or pet. Dogs lean or huddle. Leaning is their version of a hug. And it comes straight from their deep nature as social animals. Dogs that like each other choose to be physically close, resting, sitting, and sleeping pressed up against one another, sharing contact for comfort and connection. You see it in puppies from the very first days of life, piling together in a snug heap. That instinct never fades, it simply shifts onto you. Because your dog counts you as a member of its inner circle, its family, its chosen group, it offers you the exact same gesture it would offer another dog it loves. So when your dog leans its weight into you, it's essentially saying, "I trust you, I want to be close to you, you're my person." It is one of the purest, most honest expressions of affection and trust a dog can give. And there's real biology behind why that simple press of weight feels so good for both of you. That cozy, melting feeling you get when your dog presses against you. It isn't only in your head, it's chemistry. Physical contact between dogs and the people they love triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone, in both of you at once. In a 2011 study, researchers led by Linda Handlin measured what happens during gentle interaction between dogs and their owners, and found that close, affectionate contact was linked to a rise in oxytocin, the same hormone at the center of the bond between parents and babies. Oxytocin builds exactly the feelings you'd hope for: attachment, trust, and calm. So every lean is, quite literally, a little dose of bonding chemistry flowing in both directions. But there's a second piece, and it's wonderfully clever. Steady, gentle pressure is physically soothing to a dog's nervous system. It's the very same principle behind those snug-fitting anxiety wraps and shirts that help nervous dogs feel calmer during storms, and behind why a firm, gentle massage melts a tense dog into a puddle. So when your dog leans into you, that comforting, even pressure is actively helping it feel safe, grounded, and settled. For a dog, closeness equals security. It's wired deep into them. Which points us toward a second big reason dogs lean, not only to give comfort but to seek it. And to understand that, you need to know one powerful idea from the science of attachment. Animal behavior researchers have a name for what you are to your dog: a secure base. It's the same concept used to describe how a human toddler explores the world, venturing out to play, then running back to a parent's legs to check in and recharge their courage before bravely heading out again. Studies on dogs show they treat their special person in a strikingly similar way. Your dog uses you as its anchor, its fixed point of safety in a confusing world. And leaning is one of the most direct ways it touches base with that anchor. By pressing into your leg, your dog is doing something clever. It can feel exactly where you are without even looking, keeping its eyes on whatever it's unsure about while staying physically connected to its safe place. Research even shows that a good relationship with us acts as a genuine stress buffer for dogs. Your calm presence measurably helps them handle scary moments better. So that lean against your leg in a busy, overwhelming place isn't weakness. It's your dog plugging into its source of courage, which is exactly why leaning often ramps up when your dog is feeling unsure. Because your presence is so deeply reassuring, many dogs lean harder in exactly the moments they feel anxious, nervous, or unsure. Sometimes a lean isn't "I love you," it's "I need you right now." And you'll notice it most in the predictable, stressful situations. Picture the classic moments: the vet's waiting room, where a normally confident dog suddenly becomes a trembling bundle of nerves against your shin. A thunderstorm or fireworks night, meeting unfamiliar people or dogs. A loud, crowded, overwhelming place. In all of these, leaning into you is your dog's way of coping, drawing on you as a solid, steady anchor so it can face the scary thing. And your presence genuinely helps. It really does make your dog braver. This comfort-seeking lean is every bit as natural and loving as the affectionate kind. The only thing you need to do is recognize it for what it is: a dog quietly asking for reassurance, because, as we'll see shortly, an anxious lean looks a little different from a happy one, and that difference matters. But first, there's a third, slightly cheekier reason your dog might lean on you. Here's one that might make you laugh, because your dog is a good deal smarter than it lets on. Dogs are brilliant at learning what works on us. And if your dog has discovered that leaning against you reliably earns it a pat, a scratch, a cuddle, a kind word, or jackpot, a treat, then leaning quickly becomes a clever little strategy to get your attention whenever it wants it. And this isn't manipulation, so don't hold it against them. It's simply smart, learned behavior. Your dog did something nice happened right after, so it does that thing again. It's the same way all animals learn, including us. With these attention-seeking leans, you'll often see more of your dog's personality shine through, and the lean can feel less like a soft, dreamy melt and more like an insistent, full-bodied body slam with a hopeful look up at your face. It's your dog being charming and a little demanding at the same time, and honestly, it usually works, doesn't it? Now, there's one more flavor of leaning that's a bit different from all of these, and it's about protection. Sometimes a dog leans, or even backs its rear end into you, in a very specific situation. When another dog or a stranger is nearby and your dog feels a little uneasy. In that moment, your dog is using you as a buffer, a safe wall to put between itself and whatever it's unsure about. It's the canine version of stepping behind a trusted friend in an awkward situation. Your dog is essentially saying, "You've got my back," literally. And most of the time this is harmless and even sweet, just your dog choosing you as its security. But here's the one thing to watch for, because it's important. If that protective lean comes bundled with stiffness, a hard stare at the other dog, growling, or your dog actively trying to block others from getting near you, that's a different thing. It can tip into guarding or possessiveness. In that case, don't punish it. Just calmly step in, create some distance, and if it's a pattern, loop in a good trainer. That's the exception, though. For the everyday lean, the big question is simply, which kind is it? And that all comes down to reading your dog's body. This is the single most useful skill in the entire video, and it's the one thing every expert stresses. No behavior means just one thing on its own. You have to read your dog's whole body and the context around it. The exact same lean can be pure happiness or real anxiety, and the rest of the body is what tells you which one you're looking at. A happy, affectionate lean looks soft and loose all over. The body is relaxed and a little floppy. The ears are soft. The tail may be gently wagging. Your dog might let out a contented sigh and slowly melt into you, and it usually happens in a calm, easy setting, like lounging on the couch in the evening or greeting you the moment you walk in the door. An anxious lean looks and feels different. The body is tense rather than relaxed, and crucially it comes packaged with other stress signals: trembling or shivering, fast breathing or panting when it isn't hot, a lowered, shrinking posture, a tucked tail, ears pinned flat back, repeated lip-licking or yawning. And it tends to strike in stressful situations rather than cozy ones. So here's your simple rule of thumb. A soft, relaxed lean means I love you and I'm happy. A tense, tucked, trembling lean means I need help feeling safe. Read the whole dog and it'll tell you every time. So once you know which lean you're getting, what should you actually do about it? For the vast majority of leans, the happy, relaxed, affectionate kind, the answer couldn't be simpler. Enjoy it. Lean back. Give a gentle pet. Soak up that bonding moment, oxytocin and all. Returning a loving lean with calm affection only deepens the beautiful bond you two already share. There is absolutely nothing to fix and nothing to worry about. There's just one thoughtful nuance, and it applies only to the anxious lean. Some trainers point out that if a nervous dog can only ever calm itself by pressing into you, it can become a little over-reliant on you to feel okay, which can feed anxiety when you're not there. So for an anxious dog, the kindest long-term approach is to comfort it in the moment, yes, but also to gently build its confidence and independence over time. Short, positive experiences that teach it the world is safe even on its own 4 feet, rewarding calm and brave choices. Comfort them now, help them grow braver for later, both at once. And that brings us to the final, important question: when is a lean actually a reason to worry? The honest answer is, rarely. But there are 2 situations where leaning is genuinely worth your attention. The first is about balance. If your dog seems physically unsteady on its feet, wobbling, stumbling, disoriented, and is leaning on you for actual support to stay upright, that is not affection and it needs a vet. A classic example is vestibular disease, an inner ear and balance problem where dogs suddenly lose their balance, may have a head tilt, and often lean or even fall toward the side their head is tilting. Dogs may also lean to take weight off a sore joint, hip, or limb. So leaning that looks physical, about staying upright or easing pain, rather than emotional, is a red flag. The second situation is sudden change. If your dog's clinginess and leaning ramp up noticeably and abruptly, out of nowhere, that shift can sometimes signal stress, pain, illness, or age-related changes like canine cognitive decline. A dog that was always independent suddenly becoming Velcro is worth a checkup. To be clear, this is just general awareness, not a substitute for veterinary advice, and the overwhelming majority of leans are perfectly healthy and pure love. But you know your dog best, so if the way it leans ever feels physical or suddenly different, trust that instinct and get it checked. So the next time your dog presses its weight into your legs and just stays there, you'll know exactly what's happening. It isn't dominance and it's almost never a problem. It's a hug. It's I trust you. It's a little flood of bonding chemistry, a search for a safe harbor, a clever request to be loved, your dog using the simplest, most honest language it has to tell you that you are its whole world. So lean back, because few things your dog ever does will say, I love you more clearly or more completely than this. If this made you look at your dog a little differently, share it with a fellow dog lover. And to keep decoding the beautiful ways your dog talks to you, subscribe. See you in the next one. This video is for general awareness and isn't a substitute for your veterinarian. If your dog leans for balance or support, seems unsteady or in pain, or suddenly becomes much clingier, please get it checked.